Ever feel like you're drowning in your to-do list while also trying to choose the perfect meal, outfit, cat litter? I get it. I'm Dr. Gretchen Gavero, a psychiatrist balancing a busy clinic with being a mom and wife. I'm right there with you. Welcome to the Mental Path Podcast. I love blending practical mental health strategies with medical science, psychology, and personal development tools. This episode is for high performers who are doing all the things, but secretly wondering why basic tasks like dinner, email replies, or choosing the right cat food are starting to feel like too much. Let's talk about what's actually happening in your brain, how decision fatigue shows up in ways that aren't always obvious, and the systems I use personally and professionally to get ahead of it because it stresses your day. Let's dive in. It was a late Friday. I'd finished seeing patients, reviewed med lists, answered what felt like a million messages. I was fried. Then, Carl texted, "Dinner?" He meant well, of course, and it's a question we ask almost every night, but I swear it always shoots my adrenaline sky high. My brain was completely and utterly done. It wasn't just a dinner, it was the 500 decisions I'd already made that day. That one more thing was just too much. I wasn't being dramatic, I was in decision fatigue. Your brain's prefrontal cortex, the area handling planning and emotions, activates for every decision, which consumes energy like a kid with a bunch of candies. In fact, research shows that after making multiple decisions, the quality of your choices start to decline. Do you ever wonder why impulse buys happen later in the day? Now you know why. And here's where it gets interesting. Stress makes this worse. When your cortisol is elevated, which it probably is if you're juggling work, family, and everything else, your prefrontal cortex has to work even harder to function normally. Add in the constant dopamine hits from checking emails and notifications throughout the day, and your brain's reward system gets dysregulated. You start craving those little task completions, but they're actually draining your decision-making reserves faster. If you're someone who already leans towards perfectionism, guess what? You're not just making a decision, you're trying to make the right one every time, which multiplies the load. Decision fatigue doesn't always look like a dramatic burnout. It looks like snapping at your kid because they asked a follow-up question. It looks like procrastinating on a simple email because you can't figure out the right tone. It's choosing the first thing on a menu instead of what you actually want because reading through the options feels exhausting. Doom scrolling when you have an hour you could have used to rest. It's buying something online you don't really need because clicking add to cart is easier than thinking about whether you should. It's rewriting the same text 4 times and then not sending it at all. By this time, your brain is just conserving energy the only way it knows how, by avoiding more decisions. Okay, so what can we do about it? These are strategies I use constantly myself, especially as someone who likes feeling in control, but also knows the struggle is real. I even had to use these last night as I was coming back from vacation and my routine is all off. Here's something most people don't realize. You can actually strengthen your decision-making capacity. Just like physical exercise, making small decisions regularly can build your confidence and speed. Think of it like going to the gym. You don't start deadlifting 200 pounds. You start small and build up. Same with decisions. When you practice making quick choices on low-stakes things, you're literally training your prefrontal cortex to be more efficient. This week, try making faster decisions on things that don't really matter that much. Small stakes. Which coffee mug to use, what playlist to put on, which route to take home. Set a timer for 30 seconds and make the choice. It's not that speed is always good, but because you're teaching your brain that not every decision needs a big load of brain power. The goal isn't to be impulsive. It's to differentiate between decisions that deserve your full mental energy and ones that are just fine either way. Now, let's get more practical. Here are some ways to work with your brain's natural limitations. Number 1, build some default settings to save you. You can build automatic decisions into your week. If it doesn't need your creativity, it shouldn't need your entire bandwidth. That's why I love my simple morning routine. As simple as having my workout clothes laid out the night before saves so much energy for that morning. Number 2, decide when to decide. You can schedule certain decisions. Your brain is not built to make every decision at the same energy level. Your prefrontal cortex is strongest in the morning, typically within the first few hours of waking up. That's when I schedule anything that requires real thinking, whether it's planning content for my courses or having important conversations with my team. Admin stuff, that's late afternoon work when my brain is coasting anyway. Number 3, try to batch similar decisions. Instead of deciding every morning if I should go for a run today, I lay out my running schedule on Sundays. Instead of choosing outfits every morning, I plan them out each after my weekend laundry. We're not trying to be rigid here. It's about being strategic with your mental resources. Number 4, you can create friction for unimportant stuff or distractions. I add friction to low-value decisions. For example, I keep certain apps off my phone, like games that suck my time and energy. I don't check social media until after my morning routines are done. Why? Because if I don't, those small dopamine hits and micro decisions add up fast and they hijack my actual work. Create boundaries around distraction, or your distractions will structure your day for you. If you're burning decision-making energy on whether to buy that thing online, you won't have as much left for the stuff that actually matters. So keep those distractions in control. Number 5, I run a decision audit as part of my mental health check-ins. Once a week, I look at what overloaded me. Did I overthink an email, say yes to something I shouldn't have, burn too much time on unimportant or unfulfilling tasks? Then I ask, can I automate something, eliminate anything on my schedule, or delegate that task next time? This is especially important when it comes to my work decisions. For example, I regularly review my clinical procedures to ensure I'm aligned with my clinic and practice philosophy and not stressing over decisions that pull me out of my standard of care and values. Number 6, honor your mental white space. This is huge. If your calendar is packed back to back, you're not leaving room for your brain to recover between decisions. Even 5 minutes between meetings make a difference. Your prefrontal cortex needs micro breaks to function well. The goal isn't to avoid decisions. It's to reclaim your mental energy, like giving your valuable brain a spa day, a break. When you're not exhausted from the small stuff, you have so much more capacity for the decisions that really matter to build a life that means something to you. Pick one category of decisions you make regularly and create a default rule for it. Maybe it's what you wear for work. Maybe it's where you go for lunch. Maybe it's your Friday night routine. Decide it once, not every single time. Then, notice how that feels. Notice if you have a little bit more mental energy for other things. Your brain will thank you for that. And if you want to dive deeper into building these skills of sustainable systems, the ones that actually work with your psychology instead of against it, make sure to continue to follow me on YouTube or Instagram or listen to previous episodes. I actually do this when I need to re-energize. All episodes are designed for real life, not some perfect version of life that doesn't exist. Okay, thanks so much for listening. I'm so happy that you're following me here and that we're learning together. Take care of that beautiful brain of yours. I am truly excited for you to use this information to reclaim your brain's valuable energy. Talk to you next week.